They said she was beautiful but barren. 7 years of waiting, 7 years of tears. Every month, Amara hoped, and every month she bled. Neighbors whispered, "She looks fine. Maybe she's cursed." Her mother-in-law said, "A woman without a child is like a farm without crops." Amara smiled in public, but at night her pillow was her ocean. She didn't want riches, she didn't want fame, she just wanted to hear a baby cry in her home. Her husband Ikenna loved her. He always said, "My love, when it's time, it will happen." But even love shakes when waiting becomes too long. People started suggesting he take another wife. Each word tore through her heart. One night she whispered, "If you want to go, I won't stop you." He held her close and said, "I didn't marry a womb. I married a woman," but still, she could feel the world watching her, judging her silence. Then one day they went to a fertility clinic. The doctor smiled gently and said, "You're both fine. No medical problem. Just keep trying." But how do you tell a woman who's tired of trying to keep trying? Every baby she saw online, every tiny cry in church, was a reminder of her emptiness. One rainy afternoon at a bus park, an old woman looked at her and said, "You look like someone carrying a heavy tomorrow. Remember, not every womb carries a child. Some wombs carry nations." Amara didn't understand those words, but life was already preparing her for what came next. 2 weeks later, her cousin called in panic. A teenage girl had given birth in a local hospital and wanted to throw the baby away. Amara didn't think. She just ran. When she saw the baby, tiny, crying, unwanted, something inside her broke and healed at the same time. The young girl whispered, "I can't raise her. I just want her safe." Amara held the baby close, and for the first time in years, she felt alive. That night she didn't sleep. She just watched the baby breathe. Her husband found her smiling, eyes wet with joy. She looked up and said softly, "Maybe this is what God meant. Maybe my child didn't have to come from me to belong to me." He smiled through tears. "Then we'll love her like she's ours, because she is." When neighbors found out, they mocked her. So she went and bought another woman's baby? But Amara didn't care. Every smile, every tiny hand that clung to her dress reminded her, happiness doesn't always come the way you planned it. 2 years later, while raising the baby girl she named Chimdi, meaning God still lives, Amara fell ill. At the hospital, the doctor smiled and said, "You're not sick, Mrs. Ikenna. You're pregnant." She froze. After all these years, when she finally stopped begging, the miracle came quietly. She cried, but this time her tears were filled with gratitude, not grief. Months later, Amara gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Now she had 2 children, one born from her heart and one from her body. When people congratulated her, she'd smile and say, "Both of them came from God. One through another woman's pain and one through mine." And when she saw the old woman again at the market, she finally understood. Not every womb carries a child. Some wombs carry miracles. Now Amara tells her story to women still waiting. Motherhood isn't about who gives birth, she says. It's about who gives love. Because sometimes what you pray for doesn't come in the form you expect, but it still comes right on time. And sometimes, God answers in whispers, not cries. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who still believes in miracles. Follow for more powerful stories that remind us, love always finds a way.